Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 2 Part 2. In the previous video, we learned what the hell Rain's been up to after flying off in his big robot. Apparently he's been napping for a month and we're trying to make our escape from the Isengard Rain so that we can, you know, maybe get some help or something. And then we were fighting a big robot and then Toval and two other characters showed up.
You aren't hurt, are you?
The joke is that they're important characters, but I'm gonna act like we don't know them.
Your Highness? And Toval? And...
Rain, stay right there!
Who are you?
Please, tell me you're all right. You look so exhausted. Who's she?
Elise? It's really you. I feel like I'm dreaming.
Also, why the hell are you here? It's like, okay, it's like either, on one hand, I'm like, okay, you guys should have figured out we're here, like, either way earlier or not at all.
I never would have expected you to come all the way out here.
Rain, please! There's no need to speak right now. Save your strength. We'll take you back to Ymir just as soon as we've seen to your injuries.
I'm just so glad you're all right. But how did you know I was here?
We read the script, Reen. We read the script.
As my consciousness began to fade, I heard a distinct voice resound at the back of my mind. A voice with all the gravity of steel, and yet a strange sense of familiarity, of warmth. And as I listened, I could feel myself being beckoned towards the wheel of fortune.
Dost thou desire the power?
Yeah, I'd really like to buy a vowel, if that's okay with you. I was gonna say, that seems like big anime opening energy time. Crow does look a lot cooler now that he's not cosplaying as Darth Vader. Oh. Kind of a neat little outfit. Elliot kind of looks like he's homeless. Machias, we all know that you don't deserve to wear anything but a white shirt. That's not true. He did good in the Shadow Lord fight. Oh, they don't get new outfits. Only the main cast gets new clothes. Everyone else has to wear their dirty, old, raggedy clothes. Duvali? I don't know who Duvali is. McBurn. Orion. Okay, there's another Orion. Rufus, look at me, I'm evil as shit, Albrea. Or Albrea. I mean, look at his face, man. How could you look at that smirk and not think, yo, I'm evil as shit? I think that's like our introductory anime opening. I think there's another, like the one that plays at the start of the game we still have to... Because the first game was like that too, where you saw the one that introduced all the characters, and then you had the separate one that was more animated.
Where am I now? Celine, this looks just like my room.
Wait, this is my room.
I knew it.
Bro, it's cold as fuck out here. Close the damn window.
I'm finally back home. My memories are kind of hazy now, but I think that means everything that happened in the mountains.
Why'd it get so cold all of a sudden? Oh, you finally woke up?
It's been, 3 years this time.
Yeah, just a second ago. How about you? Feeling better after a cat nap?
And then she claws his eyes out for the pun.
I guess. I slept more than I meant to, actually. You're awake.
Elise! Good morning. Actually, it's probably closer to noon now, isn't it? Elise?
Oh, I'm so happy that you're awake. You don't know how scared I was. There was all that chaos in the capital, and then we lost all contact with you. We had no idea where you were. I'm just so relieved.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for worrying you so much, Elise.
No, you don't need to apologize. I knew that somewhere out there you were all right, and that you'd come back safe. Welcome home, Reen.
It's good to be back, and thanks.
I see our two little lovebirds are as Twitter-pated as ever.
Fuck did you just say?
Pardon?
I was too distracted by the lovebirds line. What the hell is Twitter-pated?
Good morning, Reen.
You made that up. That's
And
not
to you
real.
as well, Elise.
Hey there. Just swinging by to see how you're holding up.
You're here too, Your Highness? I'm really not dreaming then.
For like a split second, I thought he was referring to Toval as Your Highness. I'm like, wait, did I miss some
Oh,
more?
you're so silly, Reen. I would have thought the warmth of your dear sister pressed against your chest was proof enough of that.
Toval, hit her for us.
Your Highness, please.
Well, I'm just glad you're up. How are you feeling? Still sore? You've been fast asleep since we brought you back here yesterday.
I don't have any serious injuries, at least.
I mean, you did get whacked by like a large hunk of iron. I don't know, like at least 50 times, Rain.
But I doubt I'd be able to say that if you hadn't come when you did. Thanks, Toval.
I suppose I owe you my thanks, too. That art of yours didn't come a moment too soon.
You're both very welcome. I just didn't want to give these two young ladies anything to cry about.
Aww.
I see you're finally up.
Oh, is that
Dad.
is that the dad?
Mom!
He doesn't really look what I thought he looked like. I don't know. I guess we haven't actually seen any visual representation of him, but...
Hello, Reen. It's wonderful to see you back home.
I imagine you have plenty of questions running through your mind, but first and foremost is getting you something to eat. We can discuss what to do from here on out after that.
Ooh. It sounds like some Deadly Premonition music. Look at this opening little riff here. Like just for like a split second, it sounds like I don't even know what it's like. I think it's like the town theme of Deadly Premonition or something. I don't know. You played the game, you know what I'm talking about. It's been a month now since that so-called Noble Alliance occupied Heimdall. At present, they've effectively all the nation's major cities under their control. The Imperial Army tried what they could to stop their advances, but the majority of their forces have already been defeated. I had a feeling that would be the case. If nothing else, at least you two are safe. I'll look at Reem with this cool shirt. Sweater thing. We were at St. Astria when the capital was occupied, and we were caught up in the chaos too. It was only thanks to Toval appearing and rescuing us that we're sitting here now. What were you doing there, I mean, I assume, you know, Oliver told him to go. Got an urgent request to escort Her Highness and Miss Elise to safety. As soon as I got that, I booked it there as fast as I could. I never turn down a personal request from Prince Oliver, you know? I see you asleep over there, Celine. Prince Oliver had asked you? Well, that explains it. He kindly escorted us out of the capital. He's actually evading the Noble Alliance's attempts to pursue us. And roughly 10 days later, we were able to reach Ymir. I'm just so glad you made it all here safely. Unfortunately, it appears that His Majesty and the Emperor and Crown Prince Cedric fell into the Alliance's hands. The official story is that both of them have been taken into protective custody, so they're both rumored to be safe. However, Prince Oliver's whereabouts currently remain unknown. There's not even a confirmation that he's safe somewhere? That's more than a little worrying. I mean, to a degree, you think the Noble Alliance kind of has to, you know, respect the current ruling class just because of the ruling nobility? Because you kind of undermine the legitimacy of the nobility if you were to just, you know, get rid of them for no reason. I'm sure he's perfectly well. He made it through the chaos in Librel last year unharmed, as you know, and he's always been a resilient one. As for Cedric, father and mother, I'd like to believe they're alright too. I'm sure they are, Your Highness. I'm worried about the Imperial family as much as anyone, but if you don't mind me interjecting, I mean, I imagine you're probably most concerned about what happened to Tristan and Thors. Luckily for you, we've managed to get some info on that front. Please tell me everything you know. What's happening over the Academy? Is everyone alright? I don't think it's coming as much of a shock to you, but both Tristan and Thor's military academy are completely under the Noble Alliance's forces controls now right now. They were both taken over not long after the war began. Oh. Green? No matter how much I thought about it, I didn't want to believe it was true. What about the students and our instructors? Honestly, I wish I had more I could tell you. There's rumors that they resisted being occupied as long as they could, but not much more than that. I'd let concern get the best of you. It's too late to presume the worst has happened. Yeah, I'm with Lord Schwarzer here. On the contrary, some rumors would even suggest the opposite. What rumors? Word has it that a number of students and staff are unaccounted for, and the Noble Alliance is still trying to find them. Then that means... have some of them managed to escape? Yeah, Min is leading a resistance all by herself, using bad luck to destroy the Noble Alliance. Well, rumors are rumors. Still, your classmates and Sarah have more than gotten their feet wet at this point. I can't see them being taken down easily. Yeah, that'd sound pretty good if you ask me. What say you? What else can I say? I would have to agree. Celine? I couldn't tell you where she is right now, but Emma's still alive, that's guaranteed. You can tell? I'm her familiar, so we've got a link of some kind between us. If anything were to happen to her, trust me, I'd know about it. All I know is that she's alive, though, nothing else. How peculiar. Anyway, there's no point assuming the worst when there's every chance that it hasn't happened. But try keeping the faith, alright? Think of it this way, they're probably just as worried about you as you are for them, and yet, here you are, safe and sound. You've, got a point, actually. Safe and sound you very well may be, but you're hardly in peak condition. Take this chance to stay home for a little time and recover your strength. And while you're here, why not pay everyone a visit? The whole village has been eagerly awaiting your recovery. That's true, I think they'd all be delighted to see you. And if you'd like, I'd be happy to accompany you. Music is a little loud. I might have to bump that down. I bumped it down a little bit, but I might bump it down some more. Thanks for the concern, Elise, but I'll be fine on my own, honest. That sounds like a good idea, Mom. I think I'll do just that. The depths of despair. A little ominous. Like at least like a 7 out of 10 on the ominous scale. It looks like Elise and Princess Alphen have already gone out. Like Mom said, it might not be a bad idea to follow suit. This could be a good chance to walk around the village and collect myself a bit. Me talking to NPCs couldn't be. The town map allows you to confirm the present location of both important characters and objectives. So, did they just leave Ymir alone because it's out in the middle of fucking nowhere? Is that the lore? For, why it's, like, kind of safe here? What was I wanting? Oh, yeah, I wanted to turn down music a little bit. Voices, well, voices in particular for when that happens. Yo, where the squad at? Somebody over here. Who are you? You got anything I can steal? Certificate of something? He do be a hunter. All the Empire's major cities are under the control of the Noble Alliance now. They've been so focused on those, they haven't had time to deal with the frontier regions like ours. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. It has only been a month. Thankfully, this means that Ymir hasn't felt the full impact of the Civil War. It does seem that way. I was relieved to see how little's changed. A nice snowfall is the only real difference compared to my last visit. By the way, I see you chose not to join the Noble Alliance. Is everything alright on that front? Well, I never wanted anything to do with the Noble faction to begin with. There's always a chance they'll try and invite me to join, but I'm confident I can talk my way out of it. That, I'll just have my falcon pluck out their eyes. I'm a little concerned that I can't get in touch with Viscount on our side, though. You can't? Did something happen over in Legram? Or maybe even the Courageous? I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, but it's Viscount Arceb we're talking about. He'll be fine. Regardless, I'm just trying to make sure that we're well prepared for anything. Especially since our duties have expanded to sheltering Her Highness. That's true. The Alliance already has His Majesty and the Crown Prince, so it's safe to assume they want Princess Alphen as well. Dad, let me know if there's anything I can do to make your job easier. I'm more than happy to help. Of course, I'm sure I'll be counting on you in the days to come. Still, start by trying not to rush things. You shouldn't have to jump to thinking you need to shoulder more of your fair share of responsibility. There's only so much burden that one person can bear. Do you think I'm shouldering too much? Admittedly, those are Master Kaifei's words and not mine, but they get the point across of what I want to say well enough. And whether I think it or not, this is a good chance for you to get some well-earned rest. I want you to make the most of it, alright? Bro, we slept for a month straight. Sure, thanks, Dad. Out in the cold. Pretty sure Green would be fucking dead. I guess magic powers prevented him from dying of exposure. But, there is still that, but I want to hit the town. Oh my god, he's so chonky, dude. I'm home. Being welcome back with you really makes me feel like I'm home again. What do you mean it feels like you're home? You're already, of course it feels like you're home. You're home, idiot. That's what the doggo was thinking there. Bro, nobody's out and about. I mean, I guess it is like cold as shit. Hey there, Alf. Oh, Reen, you're awake. You doing okay? Like, you sure you shouldn't be getting more rest? Don't worry, I'm feeling just fine. You look like you're working hard. Aren't you helping out at the shop today? Yup, it's the least I can do. I can't grow up to be a real man if I don't do my part once in a while. That's what Master Yoon told me anyway. And he's right, I'm gonna work as hard as I can so I can grow up to be a real man. Kiki always gives me this weird look when I say that to her, though. See, they still haven't changed a bit. Yeah, I know what they're talking about. Yoon, man, he's crazy. Oh, Kiki, such a rascal. Oh, hello there. You won't believe who's been coming in here lately. Well, maybe you will, but none other than Princess Alphen herself. She's the sweetest little thing. The way she looks at you, her smile. I wish I could just hug her and squeeze her and never let her go. I think that's illegal. Well, they don't call her one of the country's greatest treasures for nothing, I guess. Do we call her that? Because I don't call her that. I call her annoying. They certainly don't. Don't you worry. We'll keep her as safe as can be. She really seems to be making herself at home here. That's good to know. Princess Alphen seems to have a lot of free time lately, so she sometimes comes in and looks at all her products. Of course she has free time. What else are you gonna do? You ain't got no internet. What makes you happy when she does? I wonder if I get to see her again today. A whole whopping 1 speed. Let's go. Oh boy, back to being poor again. Hey, I'm glad you came over. You've been the talk of the town ever since you came back. I'm just sorry I had to come back home under these circumstances. Sounds like everyone's pretty worried about me. How's the shop been? I can't imagine it's been a lot easy running it with the war going on. Eh, you got that right. Getting goods in has been a real nightmare lately. I'm getting enough in for everyone in the village though, so don't you worry. You caught me right in the middle of taking stock, actually. Look at this big bonker I found, dude. If you got any shopping to do, come back later, alright? Yeah, of course. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Appreciate that. Seriously, if you don't leave, I will bonk you. Ring, you're up! Hey, Luke, sorry for worrying you. As you can see, I'm perfectly fine now. Are you sure you say you're fine even when you're not? I can go and ask Lisa for some medicine if you need it. Well, I guess I do feel a little dizzy. That's probably more from sleeping too much, though. I mean, I slept inside the Divine Night for a whole month and all. Talk about getting your beauty sleep. I've been hearing about the Divine Night since you came back, but it still blows my mind that it actually exists. Whatever, the point is, take it easy, okay? Lisa's the only one happy to see you back home. Thanks, that means a lot to me. Getting a job here so that I can work close to home was all well and good in theory, but I never realized just how important this job is. Think about it, the cable car is what connects Ymir to the rest of the country. And now I gotta think about how the Noble Alliance forces could be patrolling down to the base of the mountain too. We're using it as little as possible so they don't catch on that Her Highness is here. It's stressful to say the least. I can imagine. The Noble Alliance's forces reach extends this far north now. I hope the others are alright. It's pretty obvious you still don't have your energy back, Reen. Just focus on getting back to your old self for now, okay? Yeah, you're right, thanks. Also, I mean, come on, if you're not using the cable car that much, do you really need to sweep? Would sweeping even be that effective at getting snow off? I don't know. I don't live in an area where it ever snows. I'm cleaning up the plates. Grandpa asked me to. Morning, Kiki. Everything still the same here in the tavern? Yep, sure is. Moritz tried to give up drinking. He didn't even last a week. He's a failure of a man. I'm glad to see she's doing well, but her tongue sure has gotten sharper, and it was sharp enough before. Guess there's one thing different. There's a weird noble lady staying here now. She went out fishing and oh, it's Annabelle, dude. I don't know how she can be this laid back enough to fish in the middle of a war. Let's go. Well, your name seems familiar, but I don't know why. Well, hey there, if it ain't Rain. Glad to have you back home. You all better now? Yeah, I'm fine now. I must have been exhausted. I take it everything's fine with you too. I see your habit of spending the day drinking is still intact, at least. I'm just having a few drinks to celebrate your return home, that's all. Besides, it's not a whole lot of work for a woodcutter like me to do in the middle of a wood. How much wood could a woodcutter cut wood if a woodchuck went to war? I'm always here if you need to make me. So fucking dumb, dude. I'm here if you need me to make anything. That might not be as good a carpenter as Gizmo, but I'm close. Thanks. I'll let you know if I ever need anything. Oh, you're finally up, Ring. Good to see. Been going missing for a month and end up on the Alliance's wanted list. It had us worried, young man. I'm sorry about that. I feel awful. Don't be. We're just glad you're alright. Here, take a couple of these from me. You're gonna enjoy them with Elise later. Yeah, let's go. Now just stick this pancake in my back pocket. Thank you. It feels like it's been forever since I last had the chance to enjoy your cooking. You may not like the type, but I'm always amazed by how well he makes this stuff. I remember when he used to give Elise and me sweet things for all the time after he came home from Sunday school. Good times.
If you've come to thank me for saving your butt again, save it. I'm just glad I made it in time. Princess Alphen and that sister of yours are the ones you should be talking to. You were on their minds this whole time.
Yo, how the hell did you know we were there?
Yeah, I can tell. I really do appreciate you coming for me, though. I was pretty far out from town, so I didn't think anyone would find me. Just goes to show what bracers can do, I guess.
I mean, I guess, like, is it that maybe the Divine Knight sent out a message to people or something?
About that.
Like, mind talk to them?
I wasn't actually the one who found you.
You weren't?
2 days ago, I got a call out of nowhere on my Arcus. They gave me this crazy amount of detail on exactly where to find you. Then they just hung up. Didn't even say who they were. I figured it couldn't hurt to go take a look. And sure enough, there you were.
Alright.
That's strange. I wonder who it was.
Wish I could tell you. I couldn't even recognize their voice. Nah, that's not really true. It was kind of familiar. Maybe.
Maybe.
Whatever. No use dwelling on it. Right now, we've got bigger problems to tackle than mystery callers. There's the war, for starters.
Oh, is that going on? I didn't know.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Have you and the rest of the guild been doing much?
Well, we've been trying. We're pretty limited on what we can do, partly because we've all been split up since the war broke out. I don't even know if any of the others in Erebonia are okay, Sarah included.
It sounds like things have gotten even more serious since I was away.
Sure has. Not even regular civilians have been able to escape being affected by it. As it stands, the Noble Alliance has the overwhelming advantage, but the Imperial Army's showing no signs of surrendering to them, particularly in a few regions across the country.
I see.
Oh, and another thing you might hear. We've been getting reports of a few Jaeger corps taking part in the war too. Even members of Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. That secret society?
That's the one. Jaegers being employed here in Erebonia is nothing new, but there's way more of them here these days. As for Ouroboros, they're probably just trying to stir up trouble of their own. It's what they do best. Then there's the fact that Erebonia isn't the only place with problems
Crossbell's
right now.
fine.
Crossbell's full of them too. There's so much to freak out about these days, it could drive you insane. Sorry, you've got enough on your plate without me dumping all this on you, huh? Try saving all those bad thoughts you got piling up for another day. You need to focus on relaxing. You can decide what you want to do after that.
Sure. Thanks, Toval. You're probably right. You're just a fountain of good advice, huh?
I've just got a few years worth of life experience on you, that's all. Oh, and while I'm giving you good advice, why not take a dip in the hot springs?
No.
Could be a nice way to clear your head.
No.
It probably would. Hasn't let me down before. Maybe I should pay a visit to the Phoenix Wings later.
No. Green, come on. Do you not remember what happened in the side story? You can now view the character tab in your notebook. Naturally, this section allows you to view details on various people you meet throughout the story. As you view specific events and get to know someone on a more personal level, the information you've learned will be added to their section of the notebook. But if you don't do the fishing shit, you will never complete it all. You'll have one missing entry on Fishy Man guy, and you'll feel bad. I mean, not really. I didn't feel bad about it, but what was I gonna do? And we gotta go to the Phoenix Wings, and go back to the mansion for the other story thing. Is there anyone else hanging about? Nope.
Oh, here you are, Elise. Wasn't expecting to find the two of you together.
Well, it's quite cold outside, so I thought I'd come and give Celine some warm milk.
Nah, she can suffer.
I keep telling her that she doesn't need to go out of her way for me, but she won't listen.
You're gonna drink it though, aren't you?
The steam here is plenty to keep me warm. Oh no, that wouldn't do at all. You saved my brother's life. At least allow me to try and make your stay here in Ymir a comfortable one.
Celine saved my life? And when exactly did this happen?
I told her nothing of the sort. I keep trying to tell her it's not true, but she won't believe a word I say. Is something the matter?
Nope, not a thing.
I'd really rather you didn't act like I saved his life, though. Besides, if anything, I should be the one who owes you. What do you mean? Nothing. Forget I said anything.
Oh, I guess probably has something to do with the stuff that happened in chapter 4.
The milk's cooled down
Of
a
the
little now,
previous
so
game?
I'm going to have some. Thank you.
Thinking back on it, didn't Elise later say she spotted a cat when she went into the old schoolhouse? That better not have been who I think it is.
Ring just kicks Celine into the hot water.
Don't give me that look. I wouldn't have let her in there if I didn't think it was safe, you know?
Oh, fuck off.
I was desperate. You just had such a half-hearted reaction to that door, so I started getting impatient and...
Bro, it was an ancient door of unknowable ancient secrets. What the hell was I supposed to do?
I can't believe you! She could've...
She wasn't in any danger, honestly. The Guardian in there was designed not to attack people unrelated to the trial.
A likely story.
He didn't touch her even when she was right in front of it, right? That's proof enough.
I mean, she was passed out when we found her.
I'm sorry, okay? I never should have done it to begin with. Emma's lectured me over and over about it, too.
You're sorry? You...
Yeah, also, like, how would Elise not hear what they're saying? There's no way they could be whispering when they're that far away.
I'm not sure why you're whispering to one another, but regardless, I want you to know how much I appreciate what you did.
These games do that a lot with whispering, where it's like people will be like really far away, yet somehow they're able to whisper quietly that no one can hear them.
Like I said before, I want to make your stay a comfortable one. Whatever you need, please don't hesitate to ask. It's okay, really.
Or also the times when, like, you know, a character's supposed to be thinking in their head internally, yet their mouths move.
And, sorry. Hmm? Why are you sorry?
Well, she does genuinely seem to regret what she did, and at least didn't come to any harm. I guess I'll let her off this time. I really do have one amazing little sister.
Shut up, Reen.
Compared to her,
Oh, I'm sorry. Did Elise beat the Shadow Lord? No? Okay. Maybe she's not that amazing after all, then. I'm not sure what you have to apologize for, especially after what you've done for Reen. But regardless, please do tell me if I can do anything to make your time here more pleasant. You don't need to go out of your way for me, really. It's kind of entertaining to watch her squirm from all of Elise's attention. I brought you some sardines, too. Master Kaife gave them to us last time he was here, so I hate to see them go to waste. How long ago was that? 5 years. I don't know, do sardines ruin? I mean, I guess it depends on how you pack them, but, Oh. We could go fight? Oh, Annabelle, what's up, girly? Oh, let's see how many little dashly fishes I can catch today. I wasn't expecting to find someone fishing here. Not like there are a whole lot of monsters here, though, so she should be safe if she doesn't stray too far. And just who might you be? I seem to recall meeting her once during one of our field studies. I recognize you. You're one of the Thor students who helped me out a number of months ago, yes? It's lovely to see you again. Nice to see you again, too. It looks like I was right. Also, weren't you, like, getting married to the Lake Lord guy? Whatever happened to that? Sorry for disturbing you. Oh, there's no need to apologize. Actually, since you are a student of Thor's, you wouldn't happen to know a young man named Kenneth, would you? Nah, fuck him. Kenneth, I do actually. He's in the Imperial Fishing Club. That's the guy. Wonderful news. Perhaps you might know where I could find him as well? I don't know. I think he's gone fishing, dude. I'm afraid I've got no idea. Really? That's, not so wonderful. So you know him too? Indeed, when the war first broke out, we fled Trista together. But on the way, he told me he had something he needed to take care of, and he asked me to go along. He promised to meet me here in Ymir, but there's been no sign of him since. That's, unfortunate. Not that I believe anything untoward could possibly happen to him, of course. After all, there's nothing in this world that can crush the spirit of us anglers. When it comes to survival, even soldiers can't hold a candle to us. Right. That said, you're looking a little glum. At times like these, there's nothing like a little spot of fishing to cheer you up. If you know Kenneth, it's only fair to me to assume that you're a fan of fishing too. We literally dueled you in a fishing duel. I am, in fact. Kenneth even gave me a title, Black Angler, I think? I don't have my fishing gear with me anymore, though. Did he now? You must be quite the skilled fisherman. I mean, the only thing that stopped us is I just happened to forget that you could fish in one river at the end of the game. And, well, not really the end of the game, but in Chapter 6, I missed a fish and couldn't get the super fish. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. Kenneth left me in charge of his fishing gear. He instructed me to get them away if I were to cross paths with any promising fellow fishing enthusiasts. So go on, they're rightfully yours. That sounds like Kenneth, alright. Thank you very much. And since you got your new notebook open, I've taken the liberty of writing down your current title to help you keep track. You'll begin as a bronze angler, judged by the same standards as any professional. Aim for the top, become a fishing god. I have plenty of prizes you can exchange for angler points for, so beyond being pure bloody fun, fishing should prove worth your while. I'll try and do that some when I've got the chance then. You have obtained a fishing book! You can fish by selecting a fishing point by pressing the X button. Okay. Now we're probably gonna like
looks perfect for fishing.
avoid limit our fishing here because apparently it's like Cold Steel 1. I'm guessing this is like your hub area of the game based on it having like a special map and everything.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
I'll try to make him just repeat his lines.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Yeah, but do you have a prescription for fishing?
Oh, I could probably fish here.
I can sense monsters up ahead. I probably shouldn't stray too far from the village. Oh, come on, man. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, but it's like apparently those fish will have it'll have like all the fish available in the game, which kind of, you know, would result in us maybe getting artificially more points than we really should, due to it being like New Game Plus, which is something that happened in the Cold Steel 1 playthrough, which I think we got access to that Flood Quartz a little bit earlier than we probably should have. Master Reen, you finally awakened. I'm so very relieved to see it. I was terribly worried about you. Thank you for your concern, Mr. Baggins. Although I preferred if you didn't call me Master Reen all the time. Perhaps so, but you will always be Master Reen to me. A lot has happened here since the war began. But this end was graciously granted to us by the Imperial family. We can't allow anything to dampen our spirits. You know as well as anyone the value of these walls. Please do come by whenever you're in need of relaxation. Of course. Ordinarily, I would have recommended you use the springs, and I'm afraid they're currently being cleaned. But it's water, dude. I hope you'll be able to return once cleaning is finished. The hot springs of Ymir are a perfect remedy for exhaustion. Good day and welcome to Phoenix. Wait, Reenie? What are you doing up already? I was gonna come and look in on you. Get your butt back into bed. You think me being up would be something to be happy about? Well, it's nice to know how much you care in any case. Oh, come on. I mean, after all that training you did with Master Kaifei, I figured it'd take more than that to kill you. And then you go on and train as in an academy in the city? Why couldn't I go too? I've never even had the chance to leave this village. Are you talking to me or at me? You're even younger than me. It's not fair. You could have at least brought me a souvenir 5 back. I got a proxy puppet. You want that? It's like I never left home. Oh yeah, we did have that proxy puppet I could have used back in the boss fight. This is the girl's bath, which means I should turn around right now before someone puts that fear of Adios in me. You gonna teach me how to cook, dude? Oh, it's you, Reen. Your color's not looking half bad. If you were looking any worse, I was gonna have you drink some of the new vegetable juice I've been concocting. I'm perfectly fine with that, thank you. How many new recipes have you made since I've been away? My creativity is infinite, Reen. I'm always striving to make the finest dishes in the land. You were brushing up on your own cooking skills at the academy, weren't you? Yeah, I was the lord of cooking. Yeah, my classmates and I were cooking for ourselves at one point. Well, wait a sec, where'd my recipe book go? Did you lose it? I guess so. I had all kinds of different recipes written down too. Well, you went out of your way to come and see me. I suppose it's the least I can do. Take this. Is this a new recipe book? It's a spare ad lying around, so go ahead and use it. It's got nothing in it though. Shut up. I know how much it hurts to start from scratch again, so I threw in a recipe to try. Here are some ingredients too. This is what Elise used to bring me when I was training. Are you sure it's okay for me to just take these? Absolutely. I'm happy to see that you came to understand the joys of cooking while you were at the academy. And besides, taking the time to enjoy cooking should help lift your spirits somewhat. It's a simple recipe, so why not go and make it with your family? Thank you very much then. Okay. We know how cooking works. So, Reen, are you still awful at cooking everything? You're actually good at cooking something. Alright, Reen.
Okay, let's give this a try. Well, how about that?
Okay. The KO isn't super useful for us as of right now, since we only have, you know, us. But could be okay in the future. So that opens that quickly. I'll probably remap that to be fast forward, which I forgot to do. I'll definitely do that for the next video. Wait, did I talk to you? Your name is Purple? What? I'm relieved to see you awake, Master Reen. Welcome to Phoenix Wings. You're always welcome here, of course, but I'm sure you knew that. Thanks. I'm glad to see that everyone here is the same as always. This has always been a peaceful village after all. We've no intention of changing that anytime soon. Lord and Lady Schwarzer and even Lady Elise have been doing all they can to keep things that way. So please, take it easy and focus on recovering. Thank you, I will. Part of me can't help but worry that she's focusing all that boundless energy of hers, though. Or forcing. She's so kind, it wouldn't surprise me that she's trying to hide her concerns for our sake. But it's a shame she feels like it's part of her duty to be that way as a member of the Imperial family. We all want to help her. Do we all want to help her, though? Do we all want to help her? Help her shut up, maybe? Ha ha! Got him. We go. Oh, that's the shed. We got the chapel, and we're kind of done. Well, did we go to this house over here? I don't think we did. Hello, give me your loot. Oh my, if it isn't Reen, I didn't know you were up and about. You're not hurt or anything, are you? Come here, sweetie, let me get a better look at you. I'm alright, honestly. Father Bernard already looked at me and he said I'm fine. Oh, really? Well, I suppose if he says so. You and Luke always used to come home covered in bruises after playing out in the snow. Can't be too careful. Nothing dangerous has happened since you left, at least. I guess living in a remote mountain village has its advantages. Then again, there's been no shortage of surprises. First, Her Highness comes to say, and now that we have that talking cat. Sometimes it feels like the war has nothing to do with us, but with everything that's happened and you getting involved, it suddenly feels so much more personal. Maybe you're right. Although I can't help but feel that things would have been more peaceful if I hadn't come back. Shut up, Reen. Oh, and Reen, don't you think Elise has grown into a... no! Don't say it. Yes? I mean, she seems a lot more of an adult these days, doesn't she? Not really. No, actually. I guess she has gotten a lot taller. Cheekier, too. She's also at that age where she might start finding herself interested in boys, if you know what I mean. I know, and I got no intention of letting anyone who doesn't meet with my approval near her. I really do feel sorry for it. Why is everyone so encouraging of this? There's like, there's not even one person that's like, maybe don't like fuck her sister, dude. Reen, I'm overjoyed to see that you're, well. You don't have any lingering symptoms, do you? Have headaches, fevers? I'm fine, honestly. If anything, I feel like I should be out and about after sleeping for so long. If that's so, I'm pleased to hear that. Still, make sure you're eating well enough to regain your strength. Luckily, the fall harvest has been excellent this year. I'll be sure to deliver more of the mountain's blessings to the mansion for you to enjoy. Thank you, I can't wait. It's not even so much that no one has a problem with it. That's not the issue. It's that everyone's like so encouraging of being like, obviously Reen should date Elise because of course there should be no question it. It's just a thing that should happen. I hear you were kind enough to come and see me last night, Father. I just wanted to come and thank you for that. Who the hell are you? Think nothing of it, Reen. I always do my best to aid you however I can. You'll always have people in mind, after all. I'm simply relieved to see you're still well. A lot seems to have happened to you in these past 2 months. Yeah, you could say that. He really has helped me in more ways than I can count. Helping me to study for exams, giving me advice when I needed it. Sometimes I feel like I'm relying on him too much, but he's so smart and helpful that I ends up doing it anyway. I can see that you're quite the lost lamb at the moment, Reen. But hurrying to find a way forward is not the best course of action. First, you should reflect on yourself and your surroundings. Yes, Father. He's probably right. I need to take this chance to cool my head and think about this. It's good to see you again, Lisa. Oh, Reen, it's good to see you too. I was so worried about you after hearing that you had vanished over in Trista. You and Luke have always been like little brothers to me. Little brothers who are going to make me go prematurely gray. Sorry, don't you think I might be a bit too old to be a little brother, though? Age has nothing to do with it. I mean, at least, like, you know, maybe he should date this Lisa chick. I mean, if may as well, right? I still have plenty that I want to ask you, but at least, I mean, it'd be less weird, I guess. Since, you know. I mean, like, I know in both situations are not related, but, you know, it's a bit different when, like, you're actually considered brother and as opposed to just like, oh, we're childhood friends, we're almost like brother and sister, compared to, like, you actually call each other brother and sister and you've known each other since you were, like, very small. She really is the epitome of perfect older sister. Kindness can be and always looking out for everyone. It's funny to see how nostalgic it feels to have her caring for me like this. It wasn't that long ago I was last year. It was crazy though, you had to be there. I'm not gonna tell you about it.
She's praying so intently. Thinking about it, she must be even more distressed right now than I am.
Why, hello, Reen! You're looking rather well today. Much better than you were yesterday, at any rate.
I feel loads better, actually. Thanks. How about you? Are you managing all right here? I'm guessing life in a tiny village like this is harder than you're used to.
Yeah, bro, YTF you live in a place that's so cold.
If there's anything I can do to make things easier for you, though, don't hesitate to let me know.
Oh, not at all. I've been simply loving my stay here. The scenery is stunning. The hot springs are oh so soothing.
Yeah, try living here your entire life. It'll get old.
To say nothing of your mother's spectacular cooking. I'm having the time of my life here. I almost envy Elise for growing up in such a wonderful place.
I'm happy to hear you say that. Still.
On top of all that, I was able to reunite with you here. Oh, and meet a mysterious talking cat, too. Not everyone gets to do that now, do they? I still haven't had the pleasure of meeting that Ashen Knight of yours, however.
I mean, he's not much of a talker. He just goes, "Hey, you want power?"
Perhaps I might have the chance once he wakes up? I suppose I can dream.
Alphen, I don't know if I really need to say this out loud, but no, you can't date the big robot. I'm sorry, it's just, it can't happen.
Well...
What the hell, Reem?
I realize I'm the last person who has any right to say this, but there's no need to force yourself to bottle everything up and put on a brave face. I know how worried I am about my classmates, so I can only imagine how you must feel.
I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be royalty. I shouldn't be getting all worked up about something like this, but just thinking of what my family must be going through is just too much to bear. Cedric and we had a fight on the morning it all happened. I was planning to make up with him that evening, but
I'm sure he won't hold that against you. You'll be able to make up with him next time you see him. I'm sure that'll be sooner than you think, too. But in the meantime, there's no need to force yourself to seem like being apart from them isn't bothering you.
Yeah, he's right.
Royalty or not, no one would blame you for being worried or upset. And every single one of us here wants to do what we can to help you.
Thank you. I'm fine now. I hope I don't sound ungrateful, but I think you should be spending more time with Elise rather than me.
I mean, both potential relationships are weird to me, but Alphen is less weird than Elise.
This is your first chance in a while to spend some quality time together. I'd hate to take that away from her.
I mean, if we could just hang out without people trying to get us to fuck each other, that'd be cool, but...
Why? I mean, it's true that she's a little more dependent on me than you'd expect for a girl her age, but that doesn't mean she needs me hovering around her all the time. Then again, she did seem more shaken up than usual. Maybe you're right. I should try and cheer her up while I still can.
That's not exactly what I meant. Oh, this is so difficult on a fair maiden's heart, I hope you know. You're just making me wish you were my brother all the more.
No, it should... You should be happy that you're not...
Why?
What is wrong with Arabonia, man? I have to say, though, I'm really glad I had the opportunity to visit Ymir. Oliver came here himself some time ago, and ever since then, I've wanted to see it for myself. Not to mention the fact that it's given us a chance to really get to know one another without any pretensions. That's the first I'd heard of Prince Oliver coming here. Well, I guess it makes sense, knowing that the Phoenix Wing was built as a gift from the Imperial family. What I remember was just before he left for Librel 2 years ago. He couldn't stop talking about how much he was looking forward to the hot springs. Back then, he wasn't quite as popular as he is now, so he was apparently able to do it without anyone recognizing him. No wonder I don't remember him. Back then, I wasn't in Ymir much thanks to my 8 Leaves training. Such a shame. I can only imagine how close he might be today if you'd been able to make his acquaintance back then. Glad to see she's back to her usual self. Probably wouldn't have been for the best if he met Oliver back then, because Oliver would have probably turned Reen off by, I don't know, trying to have sex with him or something. I mean, Oliver did, like, horn up himself on Joshua, who was, like, 16 at the start of, Trails 1. But I guess we're done here with all our talking. Except for, going back and talking to the mom, I guess. That's who I assume is left. Yep. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll probably, end the video. I haven't saved. Probably should do that so we don't have to refight the Robot of Doom. I guess there are autosaves, but... Wow, that smells delicious. Wait a sec, is that pheasant stew? Your very favorite. Your father said that he wanted you to have a nourishing dinner, so he went and caught himself one. Wow, I'll be sure to thank him later. Speaking of food, you've got a lot going on here. It's, amazing. Well, the circumstances may not be ideal, but it's been too long since we last dined together as a family, and ever since Her Highness arrived, it's been so lively that I feel like I've gained a second daughter. Times like these are when a mother has to put their best foot forward, don't you think? You really are the perfect mother. Even in times like these, you're here, ready to warmly welcome us home with open arms. I can't see that ever changing. If I only half as good a son as you are a mom. Quit being weird, Reen. Mom, is something wrong? That's not true at all. When I had no idea what was going on with you and your sister, I was worried myself sick. At times, I felt as though my chest was going to burst from it all. But believing that you two would come back to me safely was the key to keeping myself together. With that in mind, I could focus instead on getting this house ready to welcome you both home. Maham? Whatever doubts you may have about your place in the family, as long as you're here in this house, you are our son. If you're ever feeling down or afraid, you can always find comfort in my arms. And then once you found the strength to keep going, you can pick things back up right where you left them. Thanks, Mom. I actually feel a lot better now. Well, look forward to dinner tonight, and make sure to work up a good appetite for it, alright? No worries there. Alright, we'll probably call it here, since we might probably have a cutscene or something as soon as we... Apparently we're supposed to go back to the Phoenix Wings. But, yeah, we'll head over there in the next video. Trying to think of anything else we should mention. Oh, yeah, I'll restart the game, change my fast forward hotkey or controller button so that it's not L3. But yeah. Oh, man, I got a scratch in my throat, dude. Okay, I think it's passed. Or like a tickle in the back of my throat. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.